would you feel if someone told you that you needed to wake up and be successful tomorrow? It's not a switch that can be turned on or off, and most people would feel at a loss for words at that kind of demand. You might not think success is as easy as night and day, but what if I told you that it is? There are tips, tricks, and habits that you can incorporate into your daily life that will make you just as successful as any CEO, any celebrity, and any influencer out there. Hello everyone, and welcome to Highly Successful You. Today, we're going to talk about top 10 habits of successful people. Success is a mindset, and adopting it is the first step to results. We've compiled the top 10 cited habits that have been proven to create real change and help open up your opportunities for success. From the obvious to a few little known tricks, if you start incorporating these habits mindfully into your daily life, you'll be surprised just how quickly you can get things to turn around. So, let's get started. Number 1. Start your day prepared. You might think that you're a night owl, but the most successful people are known to rise early and start the day before everyone else. Getting up early gives you time to adjust and adequately ready yourself for the day. This may seem overrated, but it isn't. People who barrel into the day without a second thought are more likely to forget things. Give yourself the time, wake up, and organize your ideas to ensure that you're prepared for whatever the day may bring you. You can start by figuring out what sleeping pattern suits you the best. If you work nights, don't wake up an hour before your shift. Get up a few hours early and run through some chores while you get ready. If you work mornings, try switching your showers to before work rather than after. Preparing yourself for the day ahead of you is one often overlooked habit of successful people. Number 2. Give back whenever and however you can. Successful people have a habit of giving, whether it be through charity or just the sharing of ideas. Many successful people can be seen doing just that, from the world-renowned philanthropists like Bill and Melinda Gates to small, successful companies offering open-source programming. The concept is straightforward, and you probably do it without thinking. There are more valuable than wealth to be gained from sharing information, more meaningful and impactful ways to share than to throw money at something. Success is built around actions. Showing that you are more than a paycheck will make people trust you and whatever you choose to produce. Number 3. Be frugal, but not stingy. This isn't being stingy, but it's becoming thriftier and more mindful of what you're spending. You are just being aware of the money you're spending and mindful of where it goes. A successful person puts their money into projects and ideas that they know will pan out and avoid overspending when possible. You can become more mindful with your spending by working in comparison shopping and making sure you save when and where you can. That way, there's very little waste and you can save for more important things. Number 4. Take care of yourself. Hopefully this isn't too much of a surprise, but some people don't realize how instrumental self-care is to success. Taking control of your day-to-day sometimes means reassessing how well you're taking care of yourself. If you've ever heard "don't judge a book by its cover," you should also know that almost nobody follows that advice. I'm not saying you don't take care of yourself, but many successful people cite fundamental things as some of the essential parts of their success. It's sometimes as simple as Elon Musk saying that the daily habit that has the most positive impact on his life is simply showering. Put pride in yourself in your diet or exercise or personal hygiene. People will start to notice if you invest some of your daily emotional expenditure to take care of yourself, whatever that may mean. Number 5. Foster a positive attitude for yourself. You might think a positive attitude comes with success, but really it's the other way around. Success comes from a positive attitude. Nobody wants to be around someone who's always miserable. If you're always looking for a downside or talking poorly about yourself or your abilities, how can you expect other people to search for the good on their own? You'll soon start to see the way people gravitate towards confidence and positivity as a way of inspiring them to feel the same. If you can find a way to show gratitude towards what you're capable of or some amount of pride in your work, it'll soon become a habit. For every negative thing you have to say about yourself, sandwich it in between 2 positives. Find a way to make it hard to say something negative, and soon you won't want to. Number 6. Develop your networking skills. Successful people know people. You're probably rolling your eyes, but networking is one of the top tools in the successful person toolbox. A successful person knows how to make connections, and you can start this very easily. Some of the most successful people spend about 5 hours a month networking, which is nothing. Keeping your LinkedIn and other social media up to date, interacting and engaging are all excellent ways to begin. You don't need to be a social butterfly, but the more you put into the social aspect, the more you'll get back from it. Number 7, always make time for yourself. Start your process off by relaxing. There is no one out there threatening you to become successful. Yes, we all want success and the benefits it will bring, but not at the cost of our mental health or lifestyle. Making small changes can make a huge difference, but you need to make sure these small changes are changes you like. Start this off by making a habit of relaxing just a little bit every day. Create a morning or night routine that allows you 10 to 15 minutes to yourself. Something you enjoy doing that isn't geared towards being successful or making money. There are plenty of little things you can do for yourself that serve only you. Creating this little moment in your day every day will allow you to feel like you're treating yourself in exchange for a day of good habits, and eventually, you'll grow to enjoy it as part of your daily routine. Number 8, don't just plan, take action. Of course, you might expect this one, but successful people take action. There's no way around this, no way to not take action but still get what you want. Don't think of it as a task you need to get through. Organize, make a plan, and set your priorities before you even start thinking about success. Without action, a plan is worthless. You need to know what you're going to do, but more importantly, you need to then do it. You need to understand that you may never feel ready to take action, but taking action is the only way to make it happen. If you wait for a sign or a feeling to come over you to tell you that it's okay, you might never get that. You'll be waiting in the driver's seat with your car in park, wondering why you're not going anywhere. So, what's stopping you? Number 9, organize your life. This will be one of the most important ones and something you can do from the very beginning. The organization helps you get a handle on what exactly you have going on. If you're constantly forgetting things or feeling behind or unproductive, you'll always be a few steps behind the rest of the crowd. This doesn't mean reevaluate your entire life or buy every piece of do-it-yourself planner or anything ridiculous. Being organized is something that can scale with you as you grow. Today, it may mean writing down a to-do list and just glancing at it throughout your day. Tomorrow, maybe try out a new application or system to organize your work a little better. Many of these organizational processes can be simplified. They can be automated. They can work for you and your lifestyle, so you don't need to feel like a slave to these lists. One way to start is by picking a day of the week and get yourself ready for the next 7 days without putting pressure on yourself. Number 10. Take risks, even if you might fail. Learning not to fear failure will be the first step to taking risks. It's not to say that a fear of failure is inherently a bad thing. No one sets out to do something and hopes to fail. Nobody wants to be told they didn't do good enough or they were terrible at something. But also consider, nobody wakes up having perfected something they'd never done before. You deviate from your well-worn path and step out of your comfort zone when you take a risk. No successful person has become successful from doing precisely what they'd always done. According to Albert Einstein, the definition of madness is doing something the same way and expecting different results. You have to take risks to get ahead. Go into it knowing that not everything will pan out, and failure is a part of life. Don't let it discourage you. Use every misstep as a learning opportunity, and give yourself the chance to grow. In the end, everyone has their habits, good habits, bad habits, and mediocre ones in between. Picking up a certain habit won't change your life overnight, but they leave you open to opportunities and will open doors that might otherwise have stayed locked to you. These 10 habits will set you on a course to success, but some are understandably more important than others. You can do dozens of little things to improve your life. You need to wake up and be open to change, make a plan, and, more importantly, do it. Are there any thoughts you'd like to share? Feel free to drop it down in the comment section below. If you enjoyed the video and want to hear from us again, be sure to hit that subscribe button before you go. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.